Well, hello everyone and welcome to our Christmas vlog. We have just arrived, me and my wife, who's filming right now. Say hi to the camera.
Hello.
Hello. We just arrived to Stockholm. We spent the night in Norrtälje, where we had a little Christmas party with Nadia's company. We started the morning with a nice hotel breakfast and then we went to town, where we just arrived. And we are in the island of Djurgården, and we're going to a very traditional Swedish Christmas market that me and Nadia has been talking about visiting for years, and finally we were able to do it. It's called Skansen, and it's the Swedish zoo in Stockholm, I guess you can call it, because it is a zoo, but it's still not as much as of a zoo as a very traditional park, I guess you could say. And every year around Christmas they have a very special Christmas market celebrating like the old Swedish traditions, so we're gonna go check that out. And then we have lots of nice things coming up for you as well, so just follow us. Here we go. So here's our hotel. It's the Hasselbacken Hotel in Djurgården. Very nice, very classic style. And we have a cold day, very cold day, which is nice because if you live in Sweden it could as well be raining. Oh, now you see the light starts blinking as well. Hate that. I'll try to make it better in the editing room, but yeah, you know. Well, and here is the amusement park of Gröna Lund. We're not going there today. They have something called the Winter Wonderland, I think, right now, which is some winter inspired thing, and you can actually see the roller coaster there at the top. And here's my wife. And who's behind my wife? Well, the famous poet Belleman in a statue over there. He was a famous poet and composer, I think. Well, we're heading towards Skansen and the Christmas market. Are you excited?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Gather your friends, open the door, light up the fire. It's Christmas time again. Kids around playing snowball fights. What a magic atmosphere tonight. Oh, I love those shiny lights. Everyone's here singing along wonderful songs. This joyful Christmas time, shine for you and shine for me, the candles and the Christmas tree. Oh, here he comes on the sleigh, it's Santa Claus with the reindeers, yes. Look at his bag, what's in there, tell me. There's plenty of gifts for all the kids.
Up here we have all the very old houses. Some of these houses are actually the oldest preserved ones in Stockholm. So they've been here for ages and ages. And in some of them you can go in and they are refurbished as they were back in the 1800s. Some other ones have opened up cafes inside where you can have a cup of coffee. So this is a very as traditional as it gets kind of vibe, I would say.
Give me a kiss, for the mistletoe is up on the door. A lovely Christmas night. Look around, flakes are falling down. What a magic atmosphere tonight. Oh, I love those shiny lights. The holiday, together we stay, singing and praying. It's Christmas time again. Shines for you and shines for me. This magical day full of glee. Oh, here he comes on the sleigh. It's Santa Claus with the reindeers, yes. Look at his bag, what's in there? Tell me. There's plenty of gifts for all the kids.
Look at this very old classic tram that actually goes from the central parts of Stockholm, from the central station up towards Gröna Lund here and the Skansen Park. This is a very old coach, as you can see. And now all being nicely decorated for the Christmas time, huh? Nice. Before we continue, I would like to thank you for watching our content. We really put our hearts into making it, so if you like it, it would mean a lot to us if you like and subscribe to our channel, as well as to share our content to help us grow. I also want to remind you quickly that this content is a segment from our late night show, The Night and Us, and we always premiere all our segments in that show before uploading them separately. Now let's get back to your content. So we're finally back at the hotel, and I've just finished my hair. I came out of the shower, put on my blue nice Tiger of Sweden shirt. I'm also gonna have a jacket on, obviously. And then 20 minutes from now we're leaving for the Christmas table. And I would like to take the opportunity while listening to Christmas carols here on my iPad, drinking a nice cozy winter warmer, very much. Oh, Christmas smells in that one. Tell you a little bit about the Swedish Christmas traditions. Actually, this is fact that I don't really know if it's correct, but in Sweden, however, we celebrate Christmas on the 24th and not the 25th. I know, for instance, that Britain, obviously, and America celebrates on the 25th, and I don't know which countries actually. So we celebrate on Christmas Eve. And Christmas Day is more or less just a day when everyone's off. When it comes to food, specifically, we in Sweden have the Christmas table, as it's translated straight from the Swedish to English. And the Christmas table is what most of you people have heard as the Swedish Smorgasbord, which is basically the Christmas table, because the Smorgasbord, which is, if you don't know what it is, a buffet style kind of dinner, which we went famous for. The Smorgasbord in itself is actually obviously a Swedish name, so that comes from smörgåsbord, which means a sandwich table for some reason, which is not anymore. It's just a buffet with lots of different dishes on it. However, nowadays in Sweden we more or less only eat the traditional Christmas table or the buffet around Christmas. And when Christmas is around the corner here in Sweden, most people would go out with their, I would say, with a company. The company they work for would give them a night out, enjoying a Christmas table. More than 50% of all the restaurants in Sweden, I think, is serving the Christmas table from the 1st of Advent, which is like last week of November, up until Christmas week. And you can go 7 days a week basically 3 times a day for lunch and 2 seatings for dinner, and enjoy the Christmas table. And we also have a tradition with Nadia that we go once a year if possible. Corona has been bad, but now we're back, that we go into town like we do today, have a night in a hotel, or go to Gothenburg also sometimes instead. Also, another thing that most people think is that we Swedes are more or less exactly the same as the Norwegians and the Danish people, because we are the Scandinavian countries. But that's not really correct. Especially when we talk about Christmas, we don't celebrate in the same way in Norway and Denmark and Sweden. Sweden is much more tighter to Finland, to be honest, in most of our traditional celebrations. For instance, only in Sweden and Finland do we enjoy the Christmas table. We have almost the same dishes and we eat it buffet style in the same way. They don't do that in Norway and Denmark. In Norway, I think they have a traditional fish dish, and I know for a fact that in Denmark they do like a pork steak with some caramelized potatoes, and they also have a very specific dessert, which is a vanilla kind of dessert style pudding served with a sherry sauce. Very good, by the way, very, very good. But Finland and Sweden have the same traditions when it comes to food. Also, the second biggest celebration in Sweden, apart from Christmas, is Midsummer, which is also only in the world celebrated in Finland. There it's called Johannes, and in Sweden it's called Midsommar, which is midsummer, exactly as it sounds. But we celebrate it in the same way on the same day. So Finland and Sweden are very much tighter in the bond of traditions than, for instance, Sweden are with Norway and Denmark. So tonight when we arrive to the restaurant, we're going to start off with some glögg, which is the most Swedish traditional thing there is. And what is glögg? Well, glögg is a variation of Glühwein or mulled wine, as we have in Britain, for instance, which is more or less a sweet kind of wine, which has a lot of Christmas spices in it. However, the Swedish variation, which is called glögg, is a bit different from both the Glühwein and the mulled wine. First of all, it's much sweeter. It has much more of cinnamon, although in like the end, it's more or less the same kind of thing. After that, you can go with some aquavit, obviously, to your Christmas table. The Christmas table is enjoyed in 7 seatings, so to speak. So you start with a herring, then you go towards all the other fish dishes, then you go to cold meats, then you go to hot meats, then you go to, well, I don't know if that's the specific exact way of doing it, but you supposedly have to eat 7 plates of food to enjoy the Christmas table in its fullest. And we enjoy that with Christmas beer, some aquavit, or if you don't want to go with alcohol, you can go with something called Julmust, which is a Swedish soda that has been around since, I don't know, hundreds of years. And a soda only sold during Christmas. And it actually, a fun fact is that Coca-Cola, they have no chance of competing with Julmust at all. So during Christmas season, Coca-Cola has their worst kind of months in sales throughout the year, because Julmust is what everyone drinks. And it's a very nice soda, by the way. It's in a way kind of close to Coca-Cola, but has a very distinct like Christmas taste to it. Also with like hints of cinnamon, with hints of all the Christmas spices you can imagine. And it's very, very good. Christmas carols are playing. I'm done with my jacket on. And look at my beautiful wife! Yeah, hello! Are you up for it?
Yes.
What do you look forward to most?
Glögg.
Glögg, all right. So the drink is what you look forward to most,
Right.
not the food.
Ja.
The herring, I think you're a very big fan of herring, aren't you?
Ja.
Yeah. Let's go.
Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is sin and ever pining till he appeared and the soul felt its worth. A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees, oh, hear the angels' voices, oh, night divine, oh, night when Christ was born, oh, night divine, oh, night, oh, night divine, no end, no holy
Become my only song. I can hear my heart somewhere begin to sing about it. There's no song finer than.
Good morning, everyone. We had a nice sleep at the hotel where we stayed. You can see the Christmas tree here, and it's another very cold, however yet beautiful day here in Stockholm, Sweden. And we're gonna go out, explore the town and see all the Christmas ornaments everywhere, and also visit another Christmas market in the old town. So stick around with us. So now we're in the old town, which you can see here, and it's actually opposite of Djurgården Island where we spent last night. You can see the amusement park over there, the high buildings and tops from the roller coasters, and now we came to the other side. The Christmas tree was donated by a man named Stenbeck, who died a couple of years ago, but his legacy left a lot of money for that Christmas tree to be shipped from Canada to Stockholm every year, and always tell us it's Christmas time in Stockholm.
Thank